recording. Hello, everyone. We are here for the second stage of our campaign battle. This is the battle for Frankfurt, Kentucky. Today we have, there's the general's unit. Well, I can't quite see their general yet. Where is it? It's right over here. We've got General USS Grant and the Army of Tennessee 62 facing, let's see if we can find the Confederate Army here, and I can go ahead and give you guys an overview of that. Here we go, the Confederate Army. Oh, I can't see what it is, but it is the Army of the West, I believe, and this is General Hardee. I can't really see his army because of the fog of war, but we will get to that once we get to combat. The center point here, which is in this little basin, will be the point of contention, this little white church. And so both armies are going to be converging on this area, with the Confederates being the defenders, so they have to prevent the Union forces from capturing this point right here. And if the Confederates are unable to hold USS Grant's forces, then Frankfurt will be, or I think this is the battle for Louisville. My apologies, I've been getting all the names wrong. We are not using the right map for it because we don't really have a map to represent the city of Louisville. Plus, that would probably be a big drag. So this is the outskirts of Louisville, this countryside here. And so right now we're during the 10-minute deployment phase, which after, the players get to begin their engagement, they will be able to start a 10-minute timer to deploy their armies into position before fighting can begin. And that's kind of what they're doing right now. So this is going to be kind of a boring segment of the fight. But as you can see, the Union Army has just a fucking chunk. A huge, huge army. So in Cycle 1, the first two engagements of the war were the Battle of Manassas and the Battle of Strasburg. Manassas was a Confederate victory. Strasburg was a Union victory. But Manassas was a slaughter. And so the United States, the Union, are basically looking for a very swift victory on this front in hopes to push the army of the Confederacy further south out of Union territory and back towards the south, basically a push to the sea. After the battle, we will take a moment to look at the campaign map, which I'm going to start doing that at the end of each battle to kind of show everybody where we are. I didn't do that in the first one because that was kind of an idea I just came up with afterward. But I remember seeing some cav over here. I think they might be over here somewhere, scouting, it looks like. And I can hear some limbers being pulled, so the Confederate forces look to be setting up their artillery somewhere around here. And the Union Army is holding their artillery here in this tree line, as well as the rest of their forces are kind of moving through the tree line, kind of holding position before they continue in advance. Wise decision, because that is keeping the army kind of fresh. He's also given them hold fire orders. God, he's got such a large army. It's ridiculous. This guy has got a huge army. Hold on, we've got General Hardee over here watching his army advance. Due to the fog of war, I still can't really see where they are. We've got some artillery moving over here onto the right flank of the Union Army. Well, that would be the Union left flank. This is Confederate right. Okay. You can kind of see a shadow of what the Union are doing. It looks like they're just going to kind of be holding in this tree line with their tremendous force. We've got the 50th Illinois, 7th Illinois, 58th Illinois, more 50th, 70th, Ohio. A lot of Ohio, a lot of Illinois, a lot of Iowa, Indiana. Very diverse army. All right, here we go. What's going on over here? Oh, here we go. Some of the Confederate infantry is now pushing forward. Ooh, he must have a lot of men in this area. Oh, he does. There we go. There's the rest of the army now. Kind of sending them up in a big chunk. Very rough terrain. This battlefield has got very rough terrain. Kind of familiar to Kentucky. Very rocky hills, streams. A lot of valleys. It's actually a really good map for the Kentuckiana Valley. Very similar to the Ohio Valley in the way their territory is laid out. It looks to me that the Union Army have secured their current positions. They're kind of just holding, waiting for the full timer to end. They've got 3 minutes. So they've still got time to deploy. I wonder if there's a way I could type in chat. I don't think there really is. So they are securing the point. Let's see if we can get an idea of what they're carrying. They cannot. I cannot see them. Big groups of infantry. Confederates have brought a big army as well, trying to kind of compete with the size of the Unions here. I think the Union have a 5,000 man advantage currently, and the Union are currently on the offensive while the Confederacy... Oh, I heard him give orders to unlimber. We've still got timers up. 2 minutes left. Oh, he gave them an order to hold fire. Okay. So it looks like he is pushing up the main lines for the Union here. They're going to be advancing forward. With their artillery going to be staying put, kind of set up here in this little tree line. Confederate forces seem to be visible. Huge cav group here. Not sure, that might be Stuart's cav. We've got infantry units for the Confederate forces lining up in through here in this tree line. And it looks like, oh, where's the opening battery? Oh, here we go. The Confederates seem to have artillery set up here in this tree line, and they're going to be firing or counter-battering the Union artillery, which seems to be opening fire as well. We'll go ahead and bolt over there really quick, see what's going on. Yep, it's going to be their first battery. Oh, overshooting. It looks like the Confederate artillery is overshooting their target, attempting to counter-battery the Union forces. Excuse me, it's allergy season and I'm dying, so we're going to hear a lot of coughs and sneezes on my side. Looks like some enemy artillery, Confederate artillery, did do some damage to those skirmishing units advancing. And now we've got the remainder of Grant's infantry pushing forward. Oh, now those rounds are getting a little bit more accurate. Oh, wow! Look at that. Ripped through one gun and did damage to a limber here. Union artillery is taking some direct hits there. Sounds like the Union Army is switching over to quicklime shots. It's a special shot. also looks like the enemy are now battering the skirmishers here. The artillery seems to be positioned over there. I think there are Confederate forces in this tree line here. Oh, that counter battery is getting pretty intense. We got 2 sets of batteries here. General Hardy sitting way back in the lines. Very surprising that he's got General Hardy so far back. We've got Union infantry. Looks to be moving a left or a right wing into the tree line here. Yeah, looks like they're going to be setting up over here and holding the flank, but they're also going to be exposing a large gap. So if the enemy thinks they have a hold, they might be able to take advantage. Well, he's got 3 ranks of infantry and skirmishers. Ooh, wow. Oh, look at that artillery hit. That was a direct hit. Very good. These guys took some injuries as well. Huge ranks of infantry. Oh, there we go. We have Confederate forces now sighted in the tree line, getting into position, facing overwhelming odds here. We got a unit right here, seems to be taking position. The line battle is going to be very intense, and the Confederates have very minimal numbers. They're going to have to hold a huge army. Direct hit. Let's see if there were any casualties in that hit. No, there were not. The tree seems to have soaked up everything. Oh, we've got engagement. The skirmishers are taking some shots for the Union. Looks like they're going to be running. Already hit, smacked the ground there, killed about 20 of them. All right, now we are heating up. The battle begins. The skirmishers are taking a battering. They're gonna, oh, look at that. 1 unit of skirmishers are routing under the artillery fire. These grand batteries are just bringing in hellfire. The lines are now opening up in an engagement. Oh. One second. Let me make sure that we don't have any audio glitches here. Holy moly, look at that. Now they're lighting up. Huge ranks of Union infantry. Looks like Union's going to be very aggressive, continuing to push an open field. He's going to push the left flank, or the Confederate right, Union left. Wow, he's just pushing them right into his lines. Holy moly. Sorry about the lag. Wow, he is just committing those Union forces, a direct line charge right into them. Holy shit. He's just going to do a charge right on them. He's going to try to charge and break through the line. Here we go. Let's get down here. Oh, point blank range. Are they going to stop? They are going to stop. He's ordering a charge. Confederate units are charging now, moving in. Let's see how this goes for him. Yeah, there it is. There's the stuff we like to see. You get 2 ranks. These guys are wavering. They have not ordered a charge on the left, or on the Confederate left, Union right. Oh, we've got Union forces shattering on the charge. Shattering on the forward advance. 1 unit's still holding on. We've got another unit retreating now. Another Confederate unit is retreating as well. This is huge. He's just being so aggressive with these Union forces. Another Union force is looking a little tired. We've got more Confederate more Confederate forces, including General Hardy, has been coming into the field now on the right, trying to hold that flank. They're firing within point-blank range of each other, guys. Wow. In each other's faces. Union right is still reaching position. We do have Confederate forces coming out of the tree line here. I do not believe they know about any of these forces, but they know about these guys right here because, you know, it's the smoke. The Union and Confederate lines are holding taut. Union right, Confederate left, or Confederate right, Union left, are looking really tough. He's got 2 units of Union infantry. We've got the 50th Illinois. We've got another one there. Looks like the 50th Illinois and the 7th Illinois are pushing in on that flank and have broken the flank. Uh-oh, General Hardee is right here. They're holding really strong. This point-blank fire is just wreaking havoc with the Confederates. They're fighting in point-blank. Oh, we've got a Confederate force who has broken from the field. The Confederate right, Union left have pushed through and broken the line. And it looks like they're reforming here to create an oblique, a flank. Confederate unit is still standing there, surprisingly on direct flank. It looks like there's a lot of action happening over here on this side of the front. We've got Confederate forces coming out of the tree line. They do not see the Union forces coming out of this tree line, and it looks like we're going to have a small fight over here as well. Wow. Hold on. No. Looks like they're going to be reforming their position in the rear here. This whole sand at the flank has collapsed. The Union's aggressiveness is paying off. We've got a hell of a fight going on here. Union far right, Confederate far left is currently being engaged. They've got a secondary line forming here. We're going to move back over here to the main front where it looks the Union are still continuing to be very aggressive, pushing forces directly in the line. We've got 2 Union forces. He's pushing his whole wing in this way, trying to push the Confederates off the position as much as possible. Very aggressive, very strategically aggressive. But what I'm afraid of for the Union is that they're so far extended that they're not going to be able to hold the position adequately, and that is one of the main concerns. But we're holding taut. We're holding taut. Looks like a lot of guys are running back. It's a tough situation for the Confederates, definitely. They're looking a little thin on the lines. They're trying to hold back the aggressiveness of the Union, but it is just too much. They are too heavy and too many. Wow. Just look at that. What a battle. This unit's wavering. The Union might have a chance to push through here if they can and break that flank, get to those guns. I believe that's what the plan was initially. Huge line battle. Huge line battle. Look at this. Wow. They're very close to each other. He has ordered one of these units to push all the way through, trying to create breaks through the line. Yep. That's going to be a charge order. Let's get that charge in. There they are. What a charge. Union player is using numbers to be aggressive, and I do appreciate that. This charge looks to be kind of not working out for him. He is kind of gaining some levels there. Coming back. The General Polk has stayed active on the field all day, moving back and forth between his lines, trying to hold the lines. We've got a routed Confederate arm on the Confederate right wing here. Union left are continuing to succeed on their push. These units are overwhelmed. They're just overwhelmed with the Confederates being so aggressive.
Your men have been routed, sir.
It looks like the Confederates are going to go ahead and decide to pull back a little because they're just overwhelmed with numbers. It's a hell of a fight. They look to be in quite a tussle here, the Confederate forces on their right side. Confederate right is breaking. Yeah, the Confederate right is breaking. Union forces are pushing up to this blue line here. And they just have such a field of fire. The artillery is surprisingly not as effective as I was thinking it was going to be, taking a much larger role in the battle. Let's get down here and get some ASMR of this stuff. Look at them, just inches from each other. Sorry about the lag, guys. The Confederates are surprisingly holding really well. The issue that they're facing is that their right flank has fallen back and allowed the enemy to take a much larger rank and push inward, which is, sorry, not rank, formation, which is dangerous. Their right wing is underrepresented. They do not have enough troops to continue to hold this position. So they are going to have to haul back because he is losing units. Oh, there they go. Another unit is routed. The field of fire that the Union is able to provide, is just tremendous. He's trying to break through this right wing, Union right, Confederate left, trying to get through point blank. Point blank. It has been a very personal engagement. Here we go. Wow. Just wow. So close to each other. The Union is trying to use their numbers as a means to outgun the Confederate forces. And their aggressiveness is incredible. Oh, wow, look at that. The Confederate army is routing in droves. The artillery seems to be doing pretty good for itself, maintaining a decent position on the field of battle, but it's not really done a lot to help their flanks. Hold on. Are they inches from each other now? Tell me that is not how this is working. Wow, they're inches from each other. Look at this. Wow. Look at that. That's wow. He's withdrawing his units. Looks like they're going to be withdrawing their units because they're in point blank range. Is this unit routed? I think it routed. It did. He's just outgunning them. It's shocking how bad he's outgunning them right now. So the Union Army looks like it's going to be able to seize the advantage of the field and just steamroll the Confederate forces. This side of the front is pretty much quiet. Now we're over here with units engaging each other almost at point blank range again. He's trying to get these guys into rank and file so they can open fire. Oh, there's one went down. Another one went down. Another one went down. The Confederacy has been able to put some damage on these guys. I will have to give them that. Yeah, it looks like the Confederate forces are going to be able to take advantage of the field. The only units remaining are the general and 1 rank of infantry, 2 ranks of infantry, and all of their artillery is still deployed on the field. I'm surprised General Polk has not withdrawn. Actually, a majority of his army has actually just routed off the field. They haven't taken many casualties. It just depends on what our battle report is after the fight. We've got General Polk repositioning himself on the field, realizing that the field is lost. He's still got a rank of infantry trying to hold the men back so he can order a retreat. They are ordering a general retreat at this time. That is surprising. Why he didn't do a general retreat earlier on is a little surprising, but that's okay. He tried to hold his ground in superior footing, and the enemy just outnumbered him. He's trying to run them down. Wow, trying to run down units. That's insane. The Union has shown no quarter. Remember Manassas, is what the Union soldiers are screaming. Remember Manassas. We won't forget it. We won't forget Strasbourg neither. What it looks like the Union Army, with overwhelming numbers, is going to be able to take charge of the field. It does look like a general retreat is in order right now, with remaining forces. We've got 2 ranks of forces still moving. They're still fighting. He's got a rank of infantry withdrawing. These guys look to be locked into some combat. Oh, that's an artillery system, right? Our artillery unit there. We've got 1 regiment of Confederate infantry being able to withdraw. They're taking shots from the back. Yeah, it looks like a total defeat. It looks like a shameful defeat for the Confederate Army. They have taken a hell of a whooping, just like they did it. Just like they did to the Union at Manassas. This would be a heavy defeat for them as well. So the Union Army have avenged General Irwin McDowell and his death at Manassas. Not historically correct, of course. This is our campaign. But yes, McDowell has been killed, and the Confederate Army. Hold on, we still have units over here. Interesting. He's withdrawing his rank, ordering them to dismount guns. They've got. Oh wow. Okay, so it looks like the Confederates are planning a last stand, holding them distracted over there while he regroups his forces over here on the hill. That is actually really smart. He's putting his troops up here along this little red ledge line. You better not move him too far forward.
Yes,
Good,
sir.
good. So he's going to try to set up a defensive position, draw the enemy into an open field out of position, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to go ahead and wait right here because we've seen everything that's pretty much happening over here. There's a lot of smoke going down, but the enemy, or Confederate forces, are now taking position on this hill. We've got artillery repositioning itself. We've got units over here. It looks to be Cav moving over here. Looks like he's going to have them in a sweeping motion, a sweeping flank, while he is moving all of his units back into position. Interesting. Wow. So it looks like the Confederate forces are going to be setting up a last stand on the hill over here.
Cool.
What?
Huh?
Why do you keep bouncing in and out of calls?
Because I want to listen to them and I want to watch the stream.
Please, did someone else tab?
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did it crash?
No, no, it just freezes.
Sorry.
All good.
Yes, sir.
I'm wondering if the Confederate forces repositioned or kept units behind, and that was like a first wave kind of thing for them. They've still got a unit of their infantry stuck behind enemy lines at this point, trying to get out. The Union Army is just in a cluster right now. They are all over the place. He's trying to get his men disciplined here. They're pushing back up towards this ridge line, and they're going right at him. He is not giving his men a break. Grant is being extremely aggressive, which is honestly pretty impressive. I don't know what happened to them, but they're already starting to break. We've got enemy Cav still flanking. Looks like he's drawing them back.
A unit has grown weary, sir.
That looks to be General Polk himself, or General Hardy, excuse me. It looks like some of his units are tired and may be breaking. He can't keep forcing them to march like that. Oh, and this gun broke. This Cav is still repositioning. It looks like he's going to try to want to bring him down here on a big flank. Those batteries are still slamming the hell out of them. We've got 2 Confederate ranks over here in the tree line. Is that Grant? That's Grant. That's General Grant. I wonder what General Grant is doing over there. Alright, wow. Okay, this is going to be a cool fight. And we're just going to watch from over here. I also want to see where that cav is, so I'm going to close the map here. And that way we can just see the armies advancing on each other. This is a huge Union army pushing up this hill. The advantage of the Confederacy right now is that they've got the top of the hill and they can fire down on them. They still have a lot of their guns, and they have some infantry left that can begin engaging, which now they are opening fire. The enemy cav is on the move. Don't know what they're doing, but let's follow them, see what they're going to do. One, two, three, 4 ranks of infantry. Hold on. Are these Union? Oh, well, hold on. We do have more Confederate forces over here chilling out in the woods. Oh. It looks like we have a lot of Confederate infantry still left. And he's moving them over here to try to regroup with the rest of his army. Very smart. This battle is far from over, ladies and gentlemen. Far from over. And again, the Union is committing to be extremely aggressive. All right. Just steamrolling. I will want to say that the aggressiveness... Oh, here comes the Union. Oh, he's coming to snipe the general. Holy shit. What a cheesy tactic. Oh, and he sees it at the last minute. Hardy's men are now retreating, trying to avoid the enemy cav charge. We've got a huge rank of infantry. Cannon at point blank, firing over their heads and are not succeeding. They've retreated. Hardy is in danger. He's coming into the rear. There's a lot of Confederate infantry still ready to go. But he's getting in point blank rank range. Like, I mean, he's like in their faces, pushing on them. Wow. The smell of the smoke. God. Holy moly. Just in point blank range of each other. Oh, wow. Look at that. Union infantry are routing now. Confederate infantry are getting a little tired. They're under a lot of fire right here. That enemy cav is hunting Hardy down. Yeah, they're hunting Hardy down. They just can't counter these numbers that the Union have brought, but they're causing damage, which is impressive. I have to be honest. It's very impressive that they have been able to cause some damage to them instead of just letting the Union steamroll. Oh, we've got an infantry unit moving in here to cover that flank. Confederate forces have closed that flank. A rank of infantry has given up. They're just under so much fire they can't hold. Oh, and now artillery is zeroing them down. It looks like Confederate artillery has all but silenced. Another rank of... He's charging on this side, trying to do some damage while he still can. I don't think they're going to be able to hold. Alright, the Confederate charge failed. They're breaking off. Hardy's men are just not up to the task today. They've got him pincered coming into the rear. It looks like he's trying to engulf and destroy the Confederate army in totality. Trying to hunt down Hardy. Golly. Oh, wow. We still got huge.
Like I said, I had a lot of men.
Oh, my God. Wow. Actually, pretty surprising the amount of losses y'all dealt to each other. That's pretty impressive because it's very close. All right. One moment. All right. And that is the battle. It looks like Union forces won the battle with... They came to the battle with 12,149, lost 3,118, and were able to win the battle today. Thank you all for coming, and I appreciate you stopping by. We'll be posting another one very soon. Thank you, and bye.